fabulous students. Welcome to my channel where I discuss all things language arts and the art of the essay. Today we will be looking at how to write an introduction. So let me say this. First thing, you are not writing for BuzzFeed. So fancy, cute first sentences, questions, they are out. Okay, there's different kinds of writing for different kinds of platforms. But academic writing, this is what you're going to be learning right today. Okay, so the first sentence of any introduction must be the context statement. The context statement. What a context statement is, it provides context for what the reader will be reading. Context simply means background information. That's it. You're giving the reader background information about what's coming next. I'll give you an example. If your friend just kind of comes up to you and says, hey, that actor's movie is better than the other movie, you'd be like, what? Okay, you would need to know the name of the actor they were thinking about and the name of the movies they were thinking about. You would need context or background information. So a context statement contains the following information. Who are you writing about? What's going on? What is it about? Where, either where did it happen in the story geographically, or where did it happen, geographically in the world, okay? When did it happen in the story? Usually, when you look at your plot line, okay, was it rising action, exposition towards the end, okay? Or the when can also be which time period. Is it historical fiction? Is it dystopian? Is it science fiction in the future? That could be the when. And also why and how. You don't always need the why and how. It's good to put it in there. So we'll kind of do it with the why and how. So who, what, where, when, why, and how. Put those, if you can, in one single sentence. Okay? The second part of the second sentence in your introduction acts as a bridge between your context statement and your thesis. And I surely hope you have a thesis, okay? So the second sentence is a bridge. And this is kind of a hack. This is a tip, because this is what most students actually don't do in their introduction. So the thesis comes out of like left field. Okay, so what the bridge is it acts as a preview, like a YouTube or a movie preview of your thesis. It kind of primes your reader, the grader or the teacher, to understand, where you are in terms of your thesis. The third sentence in an introduction is your thesis, and that is what you intend to prove. So let's look at an example, okay? I'm going to give you one that just kind of happened a couple days ago, and it's not so much we're not going to be doing like a novel analysis, but something, just more perhaps relevant to the times. Okay, so here's an example of the context statement. So the first sentence. HBO removed Gone with the Wind from their programming last week because of political pressure. Okay, let's do that slow. HBO, that's the who. Remove Gone with the Wind, that's the what. From their programming, that's the where. Last week, that's the when. Because of political pressure, that's the why. Now, my bridge sentence would be something like this. In response to the ongoing movement of politicizing entertainment and movies of the past, the 1940s cinematic masterpiece of its time is another example of cultural demands influencing the entertainment industry. So, can you guess what my thesis is about? You're absolutely right. It's going to be something related to the effects of politicizing entertainment, or how culture and politics influence the entertainment industry. I primed you with the bridge. So my thesis isn't coming out of left field. You're already ready because of those key buzzwords. Let's look at another example. We're going to be doing Gone with the Wind, but we'll just pretend like we're doing an analysis of Gone with the Wind. Okay, and you can see how those are different. And also you can look in the description box below, and I will have each of these three sentences so you can actually see them written out together. Okay, so the context statement would be Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell is a sweeping saga of a Southern belle's struggle to succeed during the antebellum period after she loses everything. Okay, so let's break it down. Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell is the who, is a sweeping saga of a Southern, that's the where, belle's struggle to succeed is the what, during the antebellum period is the when, after she loses everything is the why. So that's a context statement. Let's look at the bridge statement and see if you can guess what my thesis will be. A host of contrasting characters, Yankee versus Confederate, scoundrels versus virtuous people, and black versus white, often are stereotyped, which represent a turbulent time period in American history. I threw that word in, stereotype. What could my thesis possibly be about? That's right. It's going to be about stereotyped characters in Gone with the Wind. A different bridge sentence perhaps would have discussed about all the different settings, in which case you would have expected the thesis to be something about settings. So the bridge sentence acts as a preview for what your thesis will be. So let's recap. The first sentence is context. Who, what, when, where, what, why, how. The second sentence is the bridge between the context and your thesis, a preview of your thesis to come. And the third is your thesis. Are there exceptions? Of course. The longer the essay, the longer the introduction. The context and the bridge sentences would be many more sentences. These three sentences would be for a quick in-class kind of essay. But like I have said before, the longer the essay, the longer the paper, the longer the intro. So that's it. Easy peasy. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe and hit the notify button. Bye-bye and stay smart.